Hey guys, another lovely day in good old New York. It's actually been raining all day, which I'm fine with. We've needed this for a long time, pretty much all summer and spring. We needed this kind of rain, so I'm kind of glad we're getting it. But a couple of huge announcements today. First one is Red Dead Redemption 2. We get our first teaser trailer, and that's exactly what it is, a teaser trailer. We got a little bit of, in-engine, I'm going to assume in-engine, show off of the world, which it looks fucking amazing, as it should, being that it is Rockstar after all, and they've been at this for years already. It is no surprise to me that the game looks amazing just from what they were showing us. The environment looks amazing, the lighting looks amazing, everything looks amazing. The music was fit for the trailer. We got a chance to see, I think it was about seven outlaws or cowboys or whatever, riding off, not into the sunset, they're just riding away from the camera. And a voiceover that was very brief somewhere towards the end that did not sound like John Marston. So, to anybody who thought that maybe it was going to be John Marston, in the game, they might be wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong now. I'm just saying that the voiceover that we heard was not John Marston. So, it's kind of like early to really say whether John Marston is in the game as the main character again and saying whether it's a prequel or not. I'm still on the fence about that. I don't tend to think that this is a prequel. A lot of people are saying it is. I don't personally think it is. I could be wrong, as I fairly usually am, but it could very well be a sequel, an actual sequel, but we'll have to see. We can't jump to conclusions, and certainly saying that it's a prequel is not far-fetched, but I find it very hard to believe that Rockstar would go backwards. Seeing as how Red Dead Revolver, it's been years since I played that game, so I can't say for certain that John Marston was the main character. If you know the answer to that, please put it down in the comments. Hell, I'll look it up when I get home, but yeah, I don't think John Marston was the main character of the first game, but he could have been, seeing as how they referenced his days in the gang in Red Dead Redemption 2, or in the first Red Dead Redemption, excuse me. I believe Red Dead Revolver was about those days. So, again, Rockstar is not usually one to just jump backwards. Not really. I mean, I've played a good chunk of their games. I don't think that they're going to jump backwards in time to retell a portion of the story that's already been told. So, we'll have to see. I'm still thinking that it's not John Marston as the main character, and I'm still not thinking it's a prequel like everybody else seems to think it is. So, but we'll have to see. Great trailer, though. I mean, it's a teaser trailer, so it was like a minute long, and it really didn't give you much, but a little bit of environment visuals, and they looked phenomenal. So, I only expect the best from Rockstar, as usual. Second big announcement, which I'm surprised that the Rockstar announcement did not take away from this particular announcement, the Nintendo Switch, or as it was previously known as the NX. They have finally announced the name. They've shown off the console a little bit now, albeit not in live, in person shown off, but in a nice little trailer that they put together, and it was a nice trailer, I gotta say. It showed all the capabilities of the Switch as it is right now. You can play it at home like a regular console. You got it all into a controller, and then the two sides of the controller come off and they look like Wiimotes, okay? And then you can attach them to the side of a tablet that's hiding inside the console, which technically I guess is the console when you think about it. That is, the main casing is just a docking bay for that, and it's there to, of course, power it as a console, and then you're able to put it up on your TV and blah, blah, blah. But it does seem as though the focus is on mobility, as everybody had speculated prior to the announcement, prior to the release of this trailer, everybody speculated that they know mobile and that's the direction they're going, and they sure as hell showed it off this time around. They wanted people to know that it is an actual console. However, it has the capabilities of making you want to throw out your 3DS. So, yeah, it looked pretty good to me. It did show some footage of a guy playing Skyrim on it. Now, again, it was a commercial, so that can be superimposed onto the TV that is being shown or whatever. It can be pre-recorded footage. But the Nintendo console, the new one, is finally on par with this generation of consoles, maybe even last generations of consoles. We'll have to find out. There was a lot of talk about its specifications prior to this announcement, that it's going to be powerful enough to support Unreal Engine 4, which does take a bit of horsepower. So kind of glad to hear that. If that is the case, and if that guy was really playing Skyrim, we could be looking at a real Nintendo competitor to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Now, having said that, with the Scorpio still on the way and we got the PlayStation 4 Pro coming out, it's gonna be left in the dust pretty quickly. If the Nintendo Switch doesn't come out at specs that are congruent to, if I'm using that word correctly, to the other two consoles. You know, the other two consoles are so enveloped in trying to beat the PC, which they never will, that Nintendo could potentially come out of the wet works and just be like, hey, take a look at our console. It's as powerful as the ones you already own, except you can bring it on the go. So you got a business trip you got to fly out of town for, bring it on the plane with you. You want to go take your dog to walk in the park, bring it with you. I mean, the whole concept is very enticing. And this may be the first Nintendo console that I want to get, if it's compelling enough, that I want to get. Like 95 was the last Nintendo console I had, to Super Nintendo. I never owned one after that. I didn't get the N64 because after that it was all PlayStation. I had friends who had the N64 and I played it, absolutely. I've played the Wii and the Wii U and the GameCube. I've played all of them. But the time at which I played the GameCube and the Wii, I was already working at Game Crazy, an old video game retailer. So, I was able to play the consoles, but I never owned them. The last one I owned was the SNES, as most people are calling it. It's the Super Nintendo. SNES is fucking stupid. That's how it sounds right there. NES and SNES? No, NES or SNES, but not SNES. All right? Super Nintendo. If you're going to call it anything, call it Super Nintendo. So, very, very interesting very interesting looking console. I think it could catch on. It doesn't look like it's meant to be gimmicky, as most people have tended to think about the Wii and the Wii U, which the Wii U was absolutely gimmicky. The Nintendo Switch does come with a full controller, however. It does come with a controller. Well, it doesn't come with it, but I'm sure you're going to have to pay extra for it. But it's like the Pro controller for the Wii U. It's a very standard looking controller. It doesn't come apart. The main controller for the system does come apart, but that's, purposefully done. But yeah, so it's looking good. It's looking real good. I'm actually really excited to get back into playing, Nintendo games. I mean, I still love Zelda. The last great Zelda game that I played was definitely Twilight Princess. I played a little bit of it while I was still working at Game Crazy. I liked it. I thought it was fun. But my favorite Zelda of all time is Link to the Past. I don't care who you are. Super Nintendo took the video games by storm, and it had all the best games. Super Mario Brothers, Link, Zelda, and Super Metroid, and all those games. They were awesome. Killer Instinct. I have high hopes for the Nintendo Switch. I'm hoping that Nintendo comes back, because the thing is that many of you have heard me over the years just bash the shit out of Nintendo and everything. That's because I'm disappointed. You know, it's like I wouldn't talk about it if I didn't care. And, you know, I know every journalist says that or whatever. Every, you know, reviewer says that. It's true. They're telling the truth. You wouldn't talk about something if it didn't mean jack shit to you. I care about Nintendo. That I grew up with Nintendo. And when Iwata died, Satoru Iwata, when he died, that kind of actually hit me pretty hard. It was weird because when growing up as a kid, I never knew who the guys were that were running the show. I didn't care. I just played their system. But he was linked to a part of my childhood that mattered. And when Nintendo started pulling out all this garbage, you know, with the Wii U, and their poor marketing skills and trying to, you know, just constantly come out with new iterations of the 3DS, and it's just like desperation. That's what it was to me. It was all desperate, and they shouldn't have done that. They should have stuck to what they knew, you know. And so I've been wanting to see them come back with their own flair. Do it the Nintendo way, but do it in a way that competes. Because I don't know a world that would exist without Nintendo. I really don't. It would be interesting to see a world that has no more Nintendo, but I don't think I'd want to see that world because Nintendo still holds true for me in my past, and I grew up with it, and I still love it. I still have my Nintendo DS, original Electric Blue, and I still have it. It's in prime condition. I play Pokemon on it every once in a while. You know, there's a ton of games that I would love to get back for that system. But the bottom line is that Nintendo needs to exist, and I'm hoping that this is their way back in. Because if it's not, it could be disastrous. But I think people are really eating up this trailer, and I like it. I like it a lot. Last bit of news, of course, as some of you, well, maybe, I don't know. I kind of made an announcement, I guess. I don't remember. Yeah, I know, I said it yesterday. Tonight will be a special live stream. Last night I was supposed to release a new episode of Skyrim. I went a little bit late. The render took a while, so I wasn't able to release it. But don't worry, that'll be coming out. But tonight, it's a special live stream. Gonna be finishing up Alan Wake. I don't know how many episodes are left, so please, if you do know, don't tell me. I'd like to be surprised. And then we can finally call that one finished and be prepared for tomorrow, which you guys know what's happening tomorrow. I will be picking Battlefield 1 up tomorrow afternoon on my way home from work. I will be excited because as soon as I get home, we're getting to streaming. We're starting right up. And I've got it for the PS4. I'm going to be getting it for the PS4. So if you would like to join me and you've got the PS4 and you are getting the PS4 version, don't be afraid to ask me to join the party, because the more the merrier. The less idiots, I should say, that I have to deal with, the better. I'd rather have people I know on my team than people I don't know. So I'm going to end the video right here. It's getting almost 20 minutes here. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about, if you guys got a chance to see the new Red Dead Redemption trailer, if you got to see the new Nintendo Switch trailer, please let me know in the comments below what you think of each of those things. Are you excited for Red Dead Redemption 2? Do you think it should be called Red Dead Redemption 2? And how does the Nintendo Switch sound to you? Is that a console that you feel as though is worthy of competing with the other two major systems? And do you think that Nintendo can hold its own? If you like this video, hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel and you want to watch more stuff, get subscribed, get notified, hit that notifications button there to let yourself know that when new stuff goes up. I put up new videos every day, the vlog specifically, and of course I've got gameplay videos every once in a while, you know, maybe twice a week or something like that, trying to figure out new shows and stuff like that so we can get content on the channel as frequently as possible. But until tomorrow, guys, I will see you later.